Sky Disk, the oldest map of stars that will be displayed at British Museum. The disk has a value of about 11 million. It is thought by some to be one part of a pair with the other part still out there waiting to be discovered. The British Museum in London will display an ancient object called the Nebra Sky Disk, which is thought to be the world's oldest concrete depiction of stars. The object is being loaned to the museum by Germany's State Museum of Prehistory in Halle that owns it and will be showcased as part of an exhibition on Stonehenge which will open in February 2022. What is the Nebra Sky Disk? About 3600 years ago, the disc was ritually buried along with two swords, axes, two spiral arms, rings, and one bronze chisel near Nebra in Germany. The burial of these objects is thought to be made as a dedication to gods. In the past few years, however, the date of origin of the disc has been called into question by some archaeologists. For instance, in a paper published last year in the German journal Archaeology Information, archaeologists claim that the disc is at least 1000 years younger than thought, which means it is from the Iron Age and not the Bronze Age. The State Museum of Prehistory in Germany subsequently disputed these findings, saying that it was out of question for the disc to be from the Iron Age. Even so, while the exact purpose of the disc cannot be determined, hypotheses about its existence have imagined it an astronomical clock, a work of art, and a religious symbol. The disc has a value of about 11 million and is thought by some to be one part of a pair with the other part still out there waiting to be discovered. The Archaeology magazine, which is published by the Archaeology Institute of America, notes that when the disc was buried, it had already been in use for over 200 years. Further, while the raw materials to make the disc were imported from as far as Cornwall in England, the knowledge required to create the object was entirely local and was drawn from observing the heavens from atop the Mittelberg mountain, which is near the modern village of Nebra. The magazine further notes that the bronze disc, which depicts the world's oldest representation of specific astronomical phenomenon, had 5 phases over its history. In the first phase, the disc illustrated the night sky with 32 gold stars, including Pleiades, a whole orb representing the sun or full moon, and a crescent moon. The illustration served as a reminder of when it is necessary to synchronize the lunar and solar years by inserting a leap month. How and when the Nebra Sky Disk discovered? The bronze disc was discovered a little more than 2 decades ago. In 1999, the discovery was made by treasure hunters using a metal detector in Nebra, a town in Germany. This excavation was illegal, and it was about 4 years later the disc was discovered from a black market raid in Switzerland. An article in ArtNet notes that the looters who had found it told the authorities that they had dug it from a hilltop near the town of Nebra. The object, which has a diameter of about 30 centimeters, was found along with some other Bronze Age weapons. It is thought to be one of the most important archaeological discoveries of the 20th century and has been associated with the Uintas culture that inhabited parts of Europe around 1600 BC. The Uintas culture comprised early Bronze Age communities in Central Europe, including Bohemia, Bavaria, southeastern Germany, and western Poland. The concise Oxford Dictionary of Archaeology notes that one of the distinguishing features of this culture was its use in tin bronze metallurgy. Some of the metal artifacts made during this time by communities in the Uintas culture include ogival triangular daggers with metal plates, flanked eggs, halberds, spiral arm rings, solid bronze bracelets, and variety of pins. Thank you.